All my dear viewers, welcome to Srinivasulu Komarashetty tutorials. Before starting with my session, I request all the viewers to watch the video till end. Today, I am going to discuss on two models. First is prototyping model, second spiral model. First, we'll try to understand prototyping model. The prototyping model is a systems development method in which a prototype is built, tested, and then reworked as necessary until an acceptable prototype is finally achieved, from which the complete system or product can now be developed. This model works best in scenario where not all of the project requirements are known in detail ahead of time. It is an iterative trial and error process that takes place between the developers and the users. The basic idea in prototype model is that instead of freezing the requirements before a design or coding can proceed, a throwaway prototype built to understand the requirements. This prototype is developed based on the currently known requirements. Prototype model is a software development model. By using this prototype, the client can get an actual feel of the system since the interaction with prototype can enable the client to better understand the requirements of the desired system. Prototyping is an attractive idea for complicated and large systems for which there is no manual process or existing system to help determining the requirements. Now we will try to understand the prototyping model with the diagram. First, it starts with gathering the information. The information, or with the help of information, they will prepare a design, and with that quick design, they will convert into a prototype. On the basis of prototype building, they will collect information from the customer and evaluate. And with the help of evaluation, if required, refining of prototype is done, or sometime it has to go to second stage also, that is quick design. After that, it will be passed to engineer's hand. The engineer will convert the prototype into an actual product and the process is stopped. Steps in the prototyping model. In detail, the new system requirements are defined in as much detail as possible. This usually involves interviewing a number of users representing all the departments or aspects of the existing system. Preliminary design. A preliminary design is created for the new system. Scale down system. A first prototype of the new system is constructed from the preliminary design. This is usually a scaled down system and represents as it is or the characteristics of the final product. Evaluate. The users thoroughly evaluate the first prototype, noting its strengths and weaknesses, what needs to be added and what should be removed. The developer collects and analyzes the remarks from the users. Based on comments. The first prototype is modified based on the comments supplied by the user, and a second prototype of the new system is constructed. Same manner, the second prototype is evaluated in the same manner as was the first prototype. Users are satisfied. The preceding steps are iterated as many times as necessary until the users are satisfied that the prototype represents the final product desired. Constructed. The final system is constructed based on the final prototype. Evaluated and tested. The final system is thoroughly evaluated and tested. Routine maintenance is carried out on a counting basis to prevent the large scale failures and to minimize downtime. Now we will see advantages of prototype model. Actively involved. Users are actively involved in the development. Better understanding. Since In this methodology, a working model of the system is provided. The user gets a better understanding of the system being developed. Detect errors. Errors can be detected much earlier. Feedback. Quicker user feedback is available, leading to better solution. Missing identified. Missing functionality can be identified easily, and confusions or difficulty functions can be identified. Disadvantages of prototype model. Repairing leads to implementing and then repairing way of building systems. Complexity. Practically, this methodology may increase the complexity of the system as scope of the system may expand beyond original plans. Incomplete application. Incomplete application may cause application not to be used as the fully system was designed. Incomplete or inadequate problem analysis. Now we will see second model, spiral model. The spiral model is a risk-driven software development process model. Based on the unique risk pattern of a given project, the spiral model guides a team to adopt elements of one or more process model, such as incremental, waterfall, or evolutionary prototyping. Spiral model is a combination of waterfall model and iterative model. Each phase in spiral model begins with a design goal and ends with the clients reviewing the progress. The spiral model was first mentioned by Barry Boehm in his 1986 paper. Now we will try to understand spiral model phases with the help of diagram. There are three phases: planning, risk analysis, engineering, and evaluation. In next slide, we will try to understand all the phases. Planning. It includes estimating the cost, schedule, and resources for the iteration. It also involves understanding the system requirements for continuous communication between the system analyst and the customer. Risk analysis. Identification of potential risk is done while risk mitigation strategy is planned and finalized. Engineering. It includes testing, coding, and deploying software at the customer side. Evaluation. Evaluation of software by the customer also includes identifying and monitoring risks such as schedule, slippage, and cost overrun. Advantages of spiral model. Risk analysis. High amount of risk analysis and avoidance of risk is enhanced. Critical projects. Good for large and mission critical projects. Approval. Strong approval and documentation control. Added later. Additional functionality can be added at a later date. Early. Software is produced early in the software life cycle. Disadvantages of spiral model. Costly. Can be costly model to use. Expertise. Risk analysis requires highly specific expertise. Risk analysis. Project success is highly depend on the risk analysis phase. Smaller projects. Doesn't work well for smaller projects. When to use spiral model? When cost and risk evaluation is important. For medium to high risk projects. Long-term project commitment unwise because of potential changes to economic priorities. Users are unsure of their needs. Requirements are complex. New product line. Significant changes are expected, research and exploration. I hope that today's session will be helpful to you. Please subscribe my channel, like my channel and share my videos. Click on bell button for future notification of my tutorials. With this, I end my session. Thank you.